Jump scare. I am no makeuped up, rollers still in my hair, and hiding behind my bed because I have children that are on holiday break and I don't want them to find me. I haven't been able to film for a while because it was like a rush of clients and family coming in for the holidays that I just didn't have any time to film. I had no privacy. I had not enough caffeine. Um, I wanted to come on because today is New Year's Eve, so it's Christmas, like the last day of Christmas. Or no, it's not the last day of Christmas. That's like January 6th, right? But it's the last day of December, the last day of 2025, which felt like the most evil year ever, right? Am I right? Most evil year ever. Um, I have like some New Year's resolutions. I don't want to call them resolutions, but they are. They are. But do we ever like stick to our resolutions? I try. I feel like I do pretty good, but this year I have like some really cool goals. And then, yeah, just like chit-chatting. And then later, hopefully, I'll show you how I do my hair, how I put my roller set in, and how I do my hair and my New Year's Eve outfit. So stick around for that. But for right now, let's get into like, do you set New Year's resolutions? So I celebrate Yule, like the winter solstice, and that's kind of the day I set my intentions and I journal a lot and I burn away old pain, if that makes sense. Like I have a bonfire and I write things down and I just burn it all away. I throw it all in the bonfire and I try to release on the solstice. And then I pull some cards and I journal and I reflect. That's kind of my New Year's, like, I guess I would be starting New Year's on the solstice, which was the 21st this year. And so tonight is more like a party and I get to enjoy myself, but I wrote down a few things and I feel like chatting about it. So had a baby in 2021 at the end of 2021 and then all of 2022 I had a postpartum fog. 2023, I was trying to come out of the fog. And then 2024, I'm not gonna lie, I told everybody I feel like I had 4 years of postpartum depression, but it's because I nursed for a year too. And they say when you nurse, you have a depression all over again, or postpartum depression, like hormones shifting and everything all over again. So yeah, my postpartum lasted a long time. And this past year, I thought, okay, I'm starting to feel more like me. I was doing a lot of things that felt like me and new things. I pushed myself a little further. But when hardships came, they came hard. They hit me, they pulled me back into the seas of depression, and it pretty much like messed things up for my progression, I would say. So I want to say like 2025 was a really rough year, but it put me in the mind space that like this is where I want to go. Like I grew on YouTube to 1,000 subscribers or more now. That made me so excited. Like something I'm doing is actually reaching people and it's valuable, or I'd hope it's valuable or inspiring. I am over 7,000 followers on Instagram, and it's not that those things mean anything, but I've been doing like vintage style, vintage fashion on socials for so long. Um, Showing thrift outfits, showing like outfit pieces, pairings and everything, sewing my outfits or altering outfits to fit the body that I was in at the time, and nothing has ever gone anywhere. But this year, I feel like it has, and that it's been more of a push and more of a drive for me to continue it and grow a community around it and just be a part of the community because I'm not going to lie, the vintage community, I've been a part of a lot of communities. I used to be part of, well, I still am part of the spooky community, but I don't go to events anymore because I had faced a lot of, I had a stalker, I had a lot of like, there was a lot of scary people kind of verbally threatening me and stuff like that. And I took myself out of those situations and I just don't go to spooky events anymore. I still work at a very spooky themed place and I love those people there, but I stay away from events now. Um, but vintage events, I never had that happen. I haven't had any scary people, no threats, no abuse of any kind. It's been the most constant thing in my life. I love the people that I've met, the friends that I've made, and the inspiration that I get from vintage community. And I feel like that's just my most constant. I love it here. I love it. I've done it for so many years and I just don't feel like quitting. And so, one of my resolutions is I'm going to be more consistent on YouTube. I know I always say that and things come up, but I'm going to try to pre-film stuff and get a little bit more. I don't like editing. I like things to be raw. I don't care if you guys see me without makeup or with breakouts or my house isn't perfect, my bed isn't made. You know what I mean? Like things like that don't bug me. I actually think it's better if I'm a real person and you guys see what real moms and real people are out here doing. I'm not trying to be anything I'm not. So, consistently posting on YouTube, I have ideas. I want to catalog my closet still. I have so much stuff to go through, and posting the videos on here helps me go through them and sort out things to donate or sell. So that has been very helpful this past year, and I'm going to continue that in the new year. But with that, I'm thinking of doing weekly planners, weekly planning of my outfits so that everything gets worn and everything gets paired and it's so fun. Um, so how I do my Viva book and I plan out everything and I draw my little dolls and I put everything together is what I want to do for my weekly um outfit planning. And I think that's also a good practice. I used to lay out my outfit the day before and I think that's a really good practice. It sets you up for the day. You don't have that, I forget what they call it, but it's like the choices. There's too many choices. And so then you don't make any choices and you end up wearing sweats all day. And there's nothing against that. I wear sweats. I wear workout wear. I'm not like a purist of any type. I am me. And I sew in pajamas and I sew in, leggings. None of that bothers me. Um, but I do think it's a good way. It's going to be a fun way for me to make content so that you guys can see, like, this is my week ahead, right? And then at the end of the week, be able to show you how I styled everything, how I wore it all. I just think it's like having a Viva every week. And Viva is my favorite week of the year. So I just wanted to make that like a vibe for myself and a positiveness for myself and fun for me to rediscover things that I already own in my closet or own in my wardrobe or own in my jewelry box or whatever. I think that's fun. So I'm going to get into that this year. Then sewing. I'm going to schedule sewing days. I have ADHD. I will get so hyper focused on a project, I do nothing else. And then I will do that project for a week and I come out of it like, what the hell was I doing? Did I do anything else? Did I work out? Did I eat right? Did I finish other projects? Did I clean? Probably not. So I'll be scheduling my workouts. I'll be scheduling my sewing days. And then reading, I want to up my reading because I didn't do much reading this year. And I want to up my knitting. I want to perfect my knitting. I want to get really honed in on my knitting. So I think those are my goals. And like I said, working out, eating right. I'm very big advocate for what you eat is how you make yourself feel. And look, guys, I've broken out from all the sugar I ate during the holidays. And this isn't like to be triggering on anybody, but I suffer with a lot of different food allergies. So when I was nursing, I took away all my restrictions because you have to produce milk. I only thought about producing. So I took away all my food restrictions like dairy and gluten and eggs. Now that I've been doing all that, I've noticed like my skin just doesn't react well and I'm always inflamed. So I'm taking out I'm going back to my anti-inflammatory ways. I'm taking out the dairy, the gluten, the eggs, and everything. The sugar. Sugar's super inflammatory. And I'm just going to see if I could clear all this up, guys, because this is traumatizing for me. Like, my skin is always this inflamed, and I already know it is what I'm putting in. Also stress, but it is definitely what I'm putting in, because that's what you get out. What you put in, you get out. That's in your skin. Anyways, past that, making good food choices, making good healthy choices, and scheduling my workouts. I love to work out every day. I love to go hiking. I love to do my yoga. And I'm really honing all that back in the new year. I want to really get back into my practice, and I'm actually going to put myself back into yoga teacher programs. I already was a yoga teacher before I had my baby. But like postpartum hit me so hard. I couldn't do anything for anybody. I do hair. I could not do more than that. So now I'm feeling open up and that I can do more. So I'm putting myself back into yoga teacher training for yoga therapy so that I can kind of create more, I would say community, but more help for women and girls. And yeah, I have ideas for that. So in order to do that, I first must open up myself, begin my practice again, and just really hone into my healing and growth. So I need to schedule that stuff because I work off of a schedule anyway. And those are like my main goals. So schedule sewing days, schedule my workouts, and oh, also, I don't want to say a no buy because I'm not good at doing no buys. We know that. I don't like the word no. I don't like restriction like that. I'm going to say low buy. I am not buying clothes this new year. I am not buying new like makeup. I have so much makeup, so I don't really need new makeup. I will only be like replacing things I go through. So like my eyebrow pencils, my concealer, I go through that often. My skincare. I want to really hone in on my skincare routines. I'm really good about my morning routine. My night routine, I'm usually so exhausted. So I want to get in on my routines. But yeah, I'm not going to buy new things all the time. I just can't afford it, first off. And then also, I have so much and it's getting overwhelming. And I've been donating and selling things like crazy. And I just want to keep filtering out because I cannot take in more. Fabric. I don't need to buy more fabric. I actually need to go through the fabric that I have. Like, I have so much, guys. Yarn. I feel like it depends on the project. I don't usually hoard yarn. I hoard fabric. Yarn, I feel like me and my daughter go through it all the time. Like, sometimes I just have to buy stuff because we don't have that in my stash. So, yeah, there's like limitations. I'm definitely not going to buy fabric, guys. I have so much fabric. And I have so many patterns. I'm not going to buy patterns because I have so many patterns that I could just like draft off of if I wanted something new. Shoes, I'm not buying shoes. Yeah, shoes, clothing, nothing like that. Yeah, so that's like my goals for the new year. And I'm wondering if you guys make goals for the new year. If you do, comment them down below. And I will see you guys later because I'm going to get glammed up for my New Year's party, which is just going to be with family. But still, I love to get glammed up. We know this. So I will show you guys what I've got. And I can't wait. And Happy New Year, guys. I'm so excited. 2026, I don't want to say is going to be our year because I think we say that every year. And sometimes we're very disappointed. But I will say, I'm feeling a closing of a lot of chapters and a newness in the air that is more than just that new year feeling that everyone gets excited for. I feel that we've released a lot, we've shed a lot, and it's time for us to grow from the seeds we planted. So I'm excited, guys. I don't want us to think negatively, only think positive thoughts, happy thoughts. We've got this. We made it further than we even thought we could. So let's keep going and keep growing. And I'll see you guys for the glam up. Okay, I am back. I am dressed. I have makeup on. I think I need lashes. I don't have any lashes. Yeah, I'm gonna need some lashes. I am gonna do my hair, but first I wanted to show you how I do my hair, like how I rolled it. So I rolled all of it, like I did this big piece. Oh, wrinkles. And I rolled all of it in a roller forward because I'm gonna do bumper bangs. And then I rolled these downward, diagonal, like mostly downward. But I actually think I'm gonna end up putting these in like victory roll type things. And then all of these, I'm gonna do a little spin, are directional down and under, pulled all the way down and rolled under, because I'm going for kind of that same thing that I did for Dapper Day, where it was like a soft wave, like soft horseshoe wave. We'll see how it comes out. I have a hairnet, bobby pins. Let's get to it. And then I will put on some lashes because I just feel, I know it's the lighting in here too, but I just feel like I have no eyes. I don't know. I have no eyes. We are in my bathroom. Not very glamorous, although my dress is pretty glamorous. My outfit, it's a skirt set, a knit set, but it's lurex, so I'm pretty excited. Okay. So we always carefully like unroll our curlers. I roll them when my hair is 95% dry, then I add my curl, my setting spray and my curlers. And I think about my outfit. I think about how I want my hair to look. That's what usually decides how I set my rollers. I have 12 of these Velcro rollers. And then when I'm doing like a full set, I have so many rollers. I could actually not even have to worry about the fact that I do this. But when I do a full set with these, I usually end up having to use 3 of my like like the old vintage like air rollers. They have to put hairpins in. Okay, almost done. And why did I put this in rollers when I was probably just going to end up putting it up? It's so that all my hair will be curled and have that setting spray in it, which is easier to control. That is my why. And I shall return. Okay. So I'm going to start with this and just brush it out. And some pomade. But see, like, it kind of just, all of this is so smooth now. All I really need is like some control. To help it stay on the foundation. Mm. And I just pin it down. I like that full forward facing bumper bang look. There we go. And see, it kind of like keeps that down too. I like the pre-rolling it. I like it. Okay, next, that didn't take long at all. Next, I am just going to make sure that doesn't get in this. Ugh. So much fuzzies because my hair is like not all the same length anymore. It's got breakage and who knows what else. Okay. Okay. So with this, I'm basically just going to re-roll it, but we're rolling it upward now. Okay, now I'm just doing the brush out for the back. I want it to be a very nice, fluffy 1940s horseshoe look. I absolutely love the way these curls came out. I'm not going to lie. Oh, they came out so pretty. I ended up not liking the way I did the victory rolls either, so I ended up redoing those. But look at how pretty. Oh my God. It was such a simple brush out. Okay, I keep having to restart, but I finished. I ended up taking these down, putting the hairnet on after I brushed it out, and then rolling them up. It's not perfect, but I was going to put like a clippy here, and then I didn't like the way it looked. It made me look like a Christmas gift or something. And since I'm already wearing green, I figured out I didn't like that. But here is the back, which I do love. I love the way the back looks. All the way up. Oh, very smooth, very 1940s. I can't wait. I'm about to put on some lipstick and go film my look. I have some vintage jewelry that I'm going to put on. It's so cute because it's so New Year's themed. It's an ice block, like with tongs, ice tongs, and it's like lucite. It's so cute. I found it in an estate bag of jewelry. So let's go and finish this look. Okay, guys, what do we think of this green Lurex knit set? I found it on Etsy for an amazing deal. It is a little bit more boxy of a top, so I added a Renoir belt. Here is my lucite jewelry, the little ice blocks. They look so perfect. It's very New Year's. And I got to top it off with a vintage 1940s mutton coat. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's basically like a vintage, like wool, dyed wool. But I felt very 1940s silver screen Hollywood. Please subscribe for more this year. Love you.